You got a stuck seatbelt on a Jeep TJ Rubicon. It might be 2003, 2006, specifically on the driver's side. For some reason, they did a different type of seatbelt. Like if you go on the passenger side, it's got like an easy pop-off thing that you can then fix and all that. But on the driver's side specifically, it's got this white thing here. And you can see that this is the side to take off. You have to take it out to be able to see this. On this side, the side you should not remove that has the spring inside of it. And so what we need to do is we're going to need to take this off. The issue is that this uses rivets instead of any kind of bolts and not snap-on. So what I'm going to try to do is grind off these little rivets here on 1 and 2, and then see if we can take this out and then be able to fix the issue. So we're going to see how that works, and we'll let you know how it works here. So hopefully this will help if it works, hopefully, but so that we don't have this sticking issue here. Okay, so I got one hole out and open, and I started to use a little Dremel grinder to cut it off, but then that wasn't really working much, which might be step 1, I don't know. And then now I'm going to try to get this one off, so I'll keep you updated on how that works. Okay, so that's good. It's because it's not flat. It's pretty difficult to get it started, so I'm gonna get it more flat with a grinder, and then I'm gonna keep working on it. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see, but now that's pretty flat, so I'm gonna try to drill it out now. So I finally got it off by using the Dremel a little bit and also using the drill. Gotta get that off still. But when you get it open, it is very kind of confusing. So let me just explain kind of what's going on here. So the purple rod holds it in locked place, but that is only activated if the green rod is touching it. And so this little silver and white thing down here at the bottom, that is what gets moved up and down to be able to lock it sometimes and not lock it other times. So that thing must be stuck with some grease or something, so I'm going to try to clean that up and see if I can get it, but it's hard to do with one hand. But see how that locks, and then go like this, and then pull that down as well. Then it will be able to pull out, hypothetically, if I can get it to hold there. But that's the premise. These are your things you got to mess with to try to get it to work again, and then we'll try to put it back together. Okay, so now I got it working pretty well. You spray a lot of WD-40 in there and then try to spin it around so it really gets in there. And then you can see as I move this up and down, that's what kind of locks it. I don't know how well you can see that, but let me kind of demonstrate. Okay, so if I go like this, it's working now. But as I pull hard, there, if I pull harder, like if you got in a car wreck, it stops. But slowly pulling it out. So I've just kind of been pulling it in and out a little bit just to try to help with it. I'm going to get some WD-40 just in there for good measure, but it seems to be working, and then we'll put it back together. See, just like that. But again, just spray the WD-40 in there and get that spinning and moving up and down really easily, and that's the secret. It won't work because it works on gravity. When I was showing you just a second ago, I had it down. That's not going to work at all because it needs to lay down. So just when you're testing it, make sure it's the way it's going to be in the car, like this. Okay, so I have it all put together like it needs to be, and it's working like it should and everything, which is great. Again, just got to make sure to grease that really well. Now, as far as putting it back together, what I've done is I have drilled out these holes right here with a drill bit that's 5/32, 5 and 30 seconds, and then those are out, which you just get those rivets out however you can. I use the drill bit and a grinder. Now to put it back together, what I've got here is these metric 4 by 16 millimeter. The thread depth is 7.70 if you need that. And what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and just bolt it back together with this, and I'll show you how it looks when we put it together. And this should work well, and that should be the right drill bit size to put this all together. I might need to widen it out a little bit, we'll see, but hopefully it's gonna work well. All right, so I have it working now. I got everything working here, so great. This is working as it should. Just remember to grease this part right here, the little barrel thing, I guess. Make sure that's working, and then test it, like pull hard, and yeah, pull hard and it works. But then low, it doesn't. It doesn't lock, is like I mean. And then what you gotta do is you gotta drill these holes out right here where you used to have rivets, and then put in bolts. I got way too big. I got metric 4 by 16 millimeter, I believe. I would go down a little bit because I had to drill it out quite a bit to be able to achieve that. And I don't think you really need that big. And I don't like if I do this one up here because of where the belt is. That's gonna probably have an issue. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get something that's a little bit more flat on this side, because right now this is a little bit too big probably. But on this side there's plenty of space on either side on the bottom part. So I'm just gonna do one bolt for now, and then I'll probably figure that out. Another thing I was thinking about is if this is on there, and I know that this is where the barrel is, I bet you could get away with drilling a little tiny hole right here, big enough basically for your WD-40 straw to spray in there, and then you could like maybe move it around a little bit potentially. I don't know. That probably might be a shortcut as well. But now I'm gonna go ahead and put it all back together, and then it will also be more accessible now that I'm just using bolts instead of a rivet. So hope this helps, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Love to help if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.